I've always suffered from a mental illness called dysthymia, which is kind of an ongoing low depressive mood. Sometimes it's worse than others. It can last for several weeks, or it can just last for a few days and I'll come out of it. But I've always suffered with that. I had a particularly bad spell of it about 3 or 4 years ago, when I was in full-time employment. Now, at the time I was living with my ex-partner, sorry, I'll start that again. Yeah, at the time I was living with my ex-partner, and sorry, I'll have to start that again. I was in a negative equity situation with the house, and so I couldn't really sell it, and so I was going to rent it out. But then I started having a bad time at work. I was forced to take some time off work because of my mental illness, and eventually that led to me being dismissed from work because of the illness that I had. And after about 6 months or more after being out of work, the relationship broke down, and so I moved back into this house, albeit in the state that it was in. So the situation is now I look after my little girl midweek, and she has her at the weekends. It was really difficult not having a kitchen. You forget, you just tend to take it for granted, don't you, having a kitchen, but when you haven't got one, well, it kind of takes over your house really. I'd say for about a year I just used a camping stove, and then that's, just under a year ago, a friend of mine lent me one of those Baby Belling 2-ring cookers, where you could only have the rings on and not the oven, so you had to be quite clever about planning your meals. Whatever amount of time it takes you to cook a meal, it would take me twice as long to do it with the facilities that I had. So, I can't think I couldn't really be in a situation where I needed a kitchen more, really.
One of our local plasterers, Jeb Parsley's, he's came in and offered to help to do a day's work just to help out the guy, really. We've given them a load of plastering materials and some cleaning products and stuff like that, and Jed came in this morning, collected it all and took it off. He's now on site doing the work for the guy. I know he's had a bit of a difficult period with his family and stuff, and he's got a bit of a problem with his kitchen, and he's struggling to feed his daughter in the correct way, so we just thought, well, we'll help out and let him help him get his kitchen that he needs for his kids, really. Get his life back on track.
I've explained to you the sort of problems I had living in the situation I'm in, but I've always been of the kind of mindset where, I felt as though in many ways I got myself into this problem, and it should be me who gets myself out of it. And so I've been reluctant to sort of ask for help, but when this competition came along, I just couldn't let it slip by. Now, as I say, you have to give a backstory as part of your competition entry, and in doing that I had to come out, if you like, about the fact I had depression, I couldn't tell my story without including that really. So it was a bit of a confessional really when I wrote the story to go with my competition entry.
Hi Paul, what we're going to do is we're going to put the sand cement backing on here tomorrow, and then we'll put a mechanical key in it and rule it in nice and flat for you, and then the day after we'll skim it all.
Sounds good. Great.
It'll all be ready for a couple of days to dry out, and then your kitchen can be fitted then.
Brilliant.
The whole exercise of entering the competition was, you know, a fun experience in itself really, and it showed me that there are people out there, you know, who do care for you. You probably don't realise just how many friends you've got until you're really in need, really. And so I'd kind of won in a way, even though I hadn't won a kitchen. It sort of opened the door for me and it made me realise, you know, how many good people there are out there.
Currently we've got Paul's carcasses that we've put together that are going to go into his property. We've got 7 in total, as many as we could squeeze in really in such a small space, consisting of 3 wall units and 4 base units, together with the end panels. These are the work surfaces that we're going to be putting in, together with the doors and the handle that we've chosen for him, which I'm sure he'll appreciate when it's all gone in together. The plan basically consists of what we've got here. We've got an L-shaped kitchen which is going in here with his sink, a space for the washing machine, a space for the fridge, oven extractor, and then wall units there. And we've also put an extra little wall unit on this other wall here just to give him a little bit more storage.
It's an amazing difference, like, you know, and from the very beginning it wasn't a kitchen, it was just a bare room, and now it's part of the house again, and it's just somewhere to be.
3, 2, 1.
Happy
Wow.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. Oh. We'll be able to cook lots of.
Present for you, Paul. We didn't quite get to manage to finish it, so happy birthday.
Oh, cheers! Just what I've always wanted. We're gonna do some painting. Ooh, look, and a cooker, and a fridge. We've got everything. Woo! It's even got a fruit shoot in it for you. Well, I'm absolutely blown away, yeah. I mean, it hasn't really sunken in yet. I just love the quality of the work as well. It's not just as if it's like a basic kitchen, is it? It's nice, isn't it? A nice finish and good quality appliances and workmanship.
So what's the first job, Paul?
Painting.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, painting, yeah. Well, at least it's nice and smooth, isn't it, thanks to Joe.
It's going to be a big difference in his life because his little girl's starting school and she must be wanting to bring her friends home and cook, I suppose. You know, they always like to have a meal, don't they? And it will help me because I've been running down meals for him and he's been coming to my house for meals, you know, because I haven't been able to cook them, of course. And the fridge is a big thing for him because he'll be able to buy stuff now, whereas when you buy frozen stuff, it doesn't count, does it, you know? So it's a big start in, you know, bringing himself together, I hope. Yeah, I hope so. Hope it's going to be his year this year. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and I love it.
Good. We've got all these cupboards to put all that in. So it's not just the kitchen itself, it's what the kitchen is going to be able to do for me and my daughter. And with the fridge and the appliances, to be able to keep food and you know, prepare a proper healthy balanced meals every day, which is really what prompted me to try and apply in the first place. I wanted to improve life for her as well, you know, while she's with me. So I'm absolutely over the moon. Yeah.